Hello everyone, my name is Jerrel Dulay. I run Sungrand Studios. I am a commercial games developer. I've been using Unity for 10 years, and in light of the recent developments in the game industry, particularly around Unity technologies, I've decided to move on to different game engines for the foreseeable future for my games. Unfortunately, I have around 10 games that are pretty far in development with Unity, so I'll have to finish those games in Unity. But moving forward, I wanted to try using Unreal for the very first time today. So I have never seen Unreal. I've never seen the user interface. This is my first time opening Unreal. So this is going to be a fun experience. I'd like to share my thoughts. I know there are many people out there who are a bit intimidated by the idea of leaving a game engine that they are very familiar with and moving on to something else. So I hopefully can show you that, hey, maybe it's not as difficult as it sounds. And first of all, I see this flashing green thing here. I'm just going to have to, I don't know why I'm using my stylus there. I use this for sculpting and drawing, and so I naturally want to use my stylus. You know what? I'll just go ahead and click on that anyway. What is that? Oh, I'm not sure if Unreal wants me to use that here. Okay. Let's go ahead and click on that. Okay. This tutorial points out each of the key interface elements of the Unreal editor. Okay. The tools in the editor are made up of multiple panels. They can be moved around, closed dock. Okay, that's fine. If you ever hide something you need, all panels are accessible from the window menu. Okay, that's great. That's the level editor. I get it. Okay, that's a viewport. Move around with WASD. I get it. These buttons select the various tools to manipulate your actors. Which buttons? Which buttons manipulate the actor? These things? These buttons. Surface snapping. Oh, I like that. That's the grid. Enables or disables snapping objects to it. I've been wishing and waiting for Unity to have snapping like that, and then I've been considering developing my own snapping plugin. And that's what Unity does. That's the huge problem with Unity, is instead of Unity technologies actually implementing features, they just wait for the community. Actually, they don't even wait. They just let the community create those features for them so they don't have to do the actual work. So that's one of the most frustrating things about Unity. And I see there's object snapping here, which is really fantastic. Snapping to a rotation, that's fantastic. These buttons change the way the viewport renders. Perspective, okay, that's great. Yeah, that's easy, that's fine. Wait, I want to read that again. Change which render buffer is shown. Lit? Okay, that's great. That's really great. Fantastic. I like that. Light detail, light, lit, unlit, brush, wireframe, wireframe. All right, you know what? Okay. already I like this more than Unity, just based on those couple things. Just the scene view. I like the scene view in the options better than the scene view in Unity. Let's see. Okay, yeah, behavior of the level editor. That's the content browser. I already figured that out. You know, that's pretty simple. Details. Okay, I'm assuming this is like the inspector for Unity. So I'm just going to guess that. We have the world outline. I'm assuming this is the hierarchy of Unity. Let's see. A column selector. Drop down to display an extra column that shows levels. So that I think that's important. I'm going to click on that column selector here. Okay. You have type, level, layer, socket. That's fine. Toolbar. I figured that out. It's pretty obvious. Okay, we'll see how well we go. The menu bar, I got it. That's pretty obvious. Okay, and if you need information, okay, I can click these little fellas. Okay, that finishes the tutorial. Great. I know I was a little bit of, you know, press X to skip the tutorial there, but I really just want to get... Whoa, what is that? A foliage tool. Okay, I like that, because the foliage in Unity is weak. It's awful. Anything that comes with Unity's, again, they let the community do all the work for them. You have the landscape tool, so that's fine. Animation. I'm going to go through these tutorials later on, but I just want to share you what my objectives are today. I want to load and render an enemy model with textures, a human model with textures. I want to animate my human model. I want to control a humanoid playable character with movement, so I want to be able to use the keyboard or joystick to move a character around. I want them animated along with those, and I want to draw a UI element. Those are my goals for this video. So again, I've never used Unity before. If I need help, I've got a peripheral monitor here. This is my quad monitor setup. I have my sculpting drawing tablet, and I have the front side and a peripheral monitor here. If I need any help and I need to get tutorials, I'll put them on my peripheral monitor so they're not necessarily in my way here. Plus it's vertical, so it's easier to read vertical content. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at this. Again, I've never navigated this. I'm holding middle mouse click here. Oh, and that it's moving the opposite direction that I expect, so it's a little disorienting to me. Let's see here. I'm not entirely sure why it's reversed. Maybe there's a good reason for it. So, okay, I'm gonna hold Alt and see what that does. I'm holding Alt. I'm doing a normal click. Normal click. Normal click is rotate, or left click. Let's see. Right click. It confused me. Okay. If I hold Alt, nothing happens. If I hold Control, Control middle click is doing this. Okay, I've done something. It looks like I've sort of changed it to the brush wireframe. Luckily, I read that tutorial in the beginning. I'm going to change that back to lit. I'm going to change it to perspective. So holding Control middle click didn't really help me. So, oh, okay, I got it. I'm holding Shift. I hold Shift, and I'm clicking and dragging, and it's making the camera move forward and backward. Oh, I really like that. Okay, that's pretty nice. I like that. So you can sort of navigate your scene like that. That's nice. I'm going to use WASD. Nothing's fine. Nothing's going. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. I'm going to try up, down, left, right. Okay, up, down, left, right will push and pull the camera. You can move that. Okay, so that's going to take some getting used to because it's very different from Unity. Unity has a similar control setup to Maya, so it's. I'm wondering if there's a way to change settings so it handles like the Maya and Unity control. I'll look that up later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just hit the play button here, and I'm going to see what happens. In Unity, it's an empty scene. Nothing happens, but this is an Unreal template, and this project is titled Third-Person Example. Oh, wow. These clouds are really nice. Oh, wow. So Unity does not have a cloud solution. Unity doesn't do anything. They let the community, and the community has come up with very nice cloud solutions, but the problem is that those cloud solutions, the sky and the weather solutions, don't work on every platform, and there are always going to be compatibility issues because they are not made by Unity. They're made by third-party developers, and then Unity earns money when people buy that. So already I'm seeing the cloud solution here just by default. It's so nice. Wow. So I'm pushing buttons here, and nothing does anything. So, oh, hold on. I've clicked into the scene, and now it is working. I'm moving the mouse around. Oh dear. Oh wow. This is just a nice. This is just a nice solution to begin with. This is. Oh, and the physics feel nice on the default jumping, the default running. The default solution here is nice. Okay, so I don't have IK on my legs. There doesn't appear to be IK just by default. I'm going to move my legs over. Okay, but you know what? Unity doesn't have IK, inverse kinematics, by default. Again, you have to use a community solution from Unity. But I'm going to assume that there's a very good IK solution with Unreal. And I'm not sure about the latest versions if Unreal has started implementing a built-in IK system. And honestly, I don't like using anything that Unity has tried to sort of implement themselves. I've basically tried them all, and they're always half-hearted solutions that don't work well. They're always a gross solution. And the issue is Unity knows that it's fine if they implement a broken, non-working solution, because they know that their community will step up and do the work for them. And that's a major issue with Unity. So I'm super impressed with this solution. I'm going to press other buttons. Can I crouch? Control, Alt, Shift. Okay, so nothing like that built in from the get-go. Okay, I'm going to press the Escape key, and that has exited the gameplay mode. So I want to move around. I'm going to use the arrow keys. Okay, so here we go. Oh, the middle. Okay, middle mouse click will move up and down. Okay, already my impressions are, I'm a little bit disoriented by the control scheme with the mouse, but that's not a flaw. That's not an issue. I've just spent years using other control schemes. So I am now going to try to copy and paste some game assets, and what I will do while it's importing, I'm assuming it's going to take a while to import my assets. Yesterday on live stream we sculpted a monster. What we're going to do is export this monster brand new and bring him into Unreal here. My project here, I've started with a template, but the name of my project is Let's All Do Our Best. Okay, so I'm going to add import. I like being able to just copy and paste into my project folder, which is what I do with Unity. So I will click on New Folder. I'm just going to I have an issue using the title Resources because Unity uses that. So I'm just going to call that Silver. Oh, you can't have spaces. Is that it? Is that it? Silver Falls asset. You know, I'm going to right click on it and I'm hoping it will show me where it is. So I right click on it, show in new content browser. What does that mean? I want to view it in Internet or Windows Explorer. Oh, show in Explorer. That's what I want. Fantastic. That's great. So that brings up a window, and it's brought it over to one of my other monitors, brought it over to my side monitor. I'm going to bring that over, and I'm just going to copy and paste here. So I've copied my assets. I'm going to let my computer paste that in. And while that is working, I'm going to prepare this creature. So this is something that we had prepared previously. This has already been in the oven, and now we are just going to export our object. Okay. And actually what we're going to do is, again, this is what I really like about Windows here. If I need a directory, I can click up here. I can Control C to copy. And then I will just bring that over here where I want to save my file. Control V to paste. I press Enter, and that brings me over to that directory. That's one of my favorite features of Windows Explorer. Okay, so this enemy has a code name, so I'm just going to create a new folder. My computer is just taking a moment to think. I'm going to give him the code name Sleepwalk. Just a code name. No spoilers if there are any Silver Falls players out there. There aren't any spoilers. I'm going to export my texture map. Okay. And what we're going to do is use shader map to just very quickly generate some prototype normal maps. Generally, you would spend some time with your normal and specular maps, but at the moment I'm just going to rush on through so I can just very quickly get some detail maps on this guy. So I'll just use shader map here, drag and drop my file into shader map. And then go ahead and just let shader map pump out a normal map for me. I'm not really going to adjust any settings right now. I'll just use the default settings. And let's have a look at Unreal. And let's see how long. Okay, so I have a message down here. It says 195 changes to source content have been detected. Would you like to import them? I'm going to say don't ask again, and I'm going to say import. Please always import. Okay, so I have options here for importing my skeletal mesh, geometry, and skin weights, skeleton. So it says none here. There's an Unreal 4 mannequin skeleton, and there's... Okay, I'm just going to click on that then. I'm going to say, yeah, I'll import the animations. I'm just going to say import all, and we'll see what happens, okay? All right, So I think we have our shader map that has been baking something in the oven for us. Go ahead and save our files here. Okay, failed to merge bones. This could happen if significant hierarchical changes have been made, inserting a bone between nodes. I'm just going to say yes to all. And let's see what happens. Would you like to merge all skeletal meshes in the skeleton to ensure all bones are merged? I'm just going to say yes because I don't understand what that means. Okay. It failed to import some things, so that's fine. We'll see what happens as a result. I don't understand any of this. Import static mesh. Okay, so that must be something that is not rigged because it doesn't have a skeleton, but for some reason it will let me generate a skeletal mesh. I don't understand what that means. I'll have to look that up. I'll use my peripheral monitor here in just a moment to look up what a skeletal mesh is. And I have generate a missing colliders. Sure, I'm just going to say import all. Let's bring it all in, man. There's some error messages here that I'm going to ignore. Go ahead and close this. Oh, we're done with shader map for now. Okay. You are about to import over an existing texture. Just say yes to all. This is an awful lot of messages. So this process in Unity doesn't have any pop-ups. In Unity, bringing this all in, there are no hiccups. I can see now that when I bring my Silver Falls assets from Unity into Unreal, I'm going to have to do a whole lot of manual clicking unless somehow I can turn off all the messages, because it's okay. So honestly, I'm sure these are all very important messages. I just don't understand the importance of them at the moment. So that's my problem. that's my fault that I don't understand all of this. But to be honest, I do prefer just kind of having my assets imported and then not having to look at all this. In Unity, it just imports them and then it picks defaults. But here's a little, okay, so this is probably good. What's a little irritating with Unity is that it tends to import things with default settings that I don't want to be the default settings, but they are. This system is probably better because it looks like I can pick the import settings as they're going in. I don't have to go and actually wait for it to import it wrong and then go and then redo things. So this is probably a better system. I just don't like that there's all these pop-ups on the side here. Let's see here. But it's not like I'll be able to use the editor while I have to keep clicking I'm doing a lot of extra clicking here. So we'll see. It probably makes sense. I just don't understand it. So while we're waiting for that, I wonder if we can just look at oh, I like that. So the whole editor isn't frozen. That's pretty nice. I'm going to look at, there seems to be a list of plugins here. I'm just going to scroll through them very briefly while I'm waiting for the import process. And the import process is a little slower than I expected. But this computer is an older machine, so I don't hold it against Unreal. It's the computer itself. This computer is like 10 years old. So it's got all my important legacy software on there. Let's see. What was that? I saw something about destruction. Something about implementing. It may have destructible geometry. That sounds nice. Okay, so the editor is having some hiccups here, and I'm sure that's because it's importing the assets again. So that's not Unreal's fault. It is busy, and I really should just learn to be patient, should I? Okay, go ahead and import. Okay, you have movie player. There's quite a few things enabled by default. I like this visual way of showing this. I like the built-in way that this is organized. Unity has an asset manager in sort of like, the plugins or whatnot, but it's so many things say experimental and incomplete and broken, and the way they organize it is very confusing and disorienting. So I want to import this. Oh, so I have to pick a skeleton here. But I don't want it to use... So this is a monster, right? I've got a monster here, and it's asking me to pick... It's asking me to pick a skeleton, but it doesn't use a humanoid skeleton. It uses its own skeleton, which is a little frustrating. Because that's... So the skeleton for my monster hasn't shown up, and I don't understand how to make that come up. I'm going to hit cancel on this one. Okay, and I'll just come back after I figure out how to fix that. So it's less straightforward than importing my non-humanoid creatures into Unity. In Unity, it's fine, just copy and paste it. Okay, so I had to apply some import settings, and now there appears to be the asset import process. So, you know, that's normal. It was certainly different from Unity. That's something that's going to take some getting used to. So, all right here. Oh, let's have a look at our maps. We had shader map. Go ahead and pop this out for us. We've got our monster. It's not rigged. We will have to rig that, but we can load that into the engine. We have our albedo map, normal map, and specular map. Okay. Go ahead and move that out of the way here. So the first thing we'll do is load this creature in, and then we will see what it looks like to have humanoids in Unreal. And I haven't done any extra work. I've just copy and pasted my files out of Unity, put them in Unreal. Okay, so one of my assets was not imported because it... okay, so you know that wasn't too bad. So again, I held Alt and I used the mouse to rotate, which is not the correct way to do it. Let's see here. I would like to rotate. How do I... Okay, so I'm right-clicking to rotate now. This is going to take some getting used to. I'm a little bit disoriented. I want to move up. Okay, so it's the middle click. Maybe there's an option to invert it. So middle click, holding middle click is moving the camera up, down, left, right. That's disorienting for me. Hey, I'll figure it out eventually. All right, so we have our creature. And we'll just go ahead and move that plugin over, and then we'll read through that later on, because I am interested in that. I just want to see this. I briefly saw it. You have AR utilities for utility code and content for augmented reality games. That's interesting. Apex destruction, implementation of destruction. Ah, this is fantastic. So Unity doesn't have its own solution for destruction. Again, you have to rely on community solutions, which will have... It absolutely will have compatibility issues. That says I have to restart the editor. I'll restart that later, but okay, I'm a couple minutes into this, and I'm already preferring the built-in solutions that Unity has, that Unreal has. Unreal is just so much more robust. So I've opened my folder. I don't see my object. Where's my object? I only see my specular map here. A little confused. Sleepwalk. It says I have one item in there, but I know that I have... I know that I have an object, so where's my object? Okay, well... Huh. What if I... Okay, so this guy didn't import, right? What if I want to re-import him? Let's click on View Options. I'm going to audit the assets. I'm going to audit my assets. What does that mean? So I'll have a look here. I have some objects. Okay. Refresh. I'll click on that. I'll refresh. Okay. Then I'll right-click on Sleepwalk and I'll audit my assets. Refresh. My object, my OBJ is not in there. So does this not like OBJs? Let's see here. Maybe I ought to have an FBX in here. Okay, so go ahead and open that. So I'm a little bit confused as to why my OBJs are not showing up. So what I will do, I'll just wait for that to open. I'll try loading in Atticus. So Atticus is one of the playable characters from Silver Falls Ghoul Busters, but the model that we have for Atticus here is is modern day. So let's see. The skeleton is missing bones that skeletal mesh mannequin needs. They will be added now. Please save the skeleton. Everyone save your skeletons. Okay, so I don't know what that means. I don't know how to save my skeleton. I think that means taking more vitamin D and having enough calcium. So, but I'm not part of big milk industry. That's, you know, that I'm not like that. So, that's the only way that I can think to save my skeleton. In terms of saving this one, I've got no idea. I don't know why it's compiling the shaders right now. So here's the thing. I'm going to drag and drop Atticus into there. Okay, so this is the very first Silver Falls character that's ever been loaded into Unreal. I just want to move. I'm rotating. I just want to move. I just want to move. Okay, that's a little disorienting for me, but I will... This is rough. For our Unity users, it's kind of rough navigating that. Okay, so we have Atticus here. I'm trying my best. I think the first time we see Atticus as an adult is in white inside its Umbra, and Guide and Deathly Delusion Destroyers. And in those games, you need the code linker with Ghoul Busters to make him to bring him from Ghoul Busters. So I have materials here. These came from Unity, but there's no data. Oh, I don't know if they're built in or no. I think they're predefined. I would suppose. I'm a little bit confused here, so I'm just going to click on a part of this now. I'm clicking. Maybe I have to use this thing here. All right. So this is called the World Outliner. I'm not going to call it a hierarchy. It's a World Outliner. I'm just going to adjust my webcam settings here so we can see the screen maybe a little better. Okay, I'm going to configure the video. I'll just turn the exposure down just a little bit. I think maybe we can see that better. Okay, so I have Atticus Longdraw. I'm going to double click on him. I want to see the meshes that are part of his body. It says auto-saving out-of-date packages. Okay. I just want to... Okay, so I'm looking down here. So in Unity, you can click on the individual meshes that are part of the body. You can click on the skeleton. I'm confused right now. Right now, I don't like that I can't just interact with the various skinned meshes. I don't like that I just can't interact with my skeletons. I don't like that right now. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't understand it. So I'm going to look down here. I can see in my details, which I think would be the inspector for Unity. I'm having a look down here, and I'm assuming I can change what these are here. So I don't really like this setup right now, but I'm going to learn it. So this is the body material. I'm going to click on textures. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to click on that. Has something popped up on another screen here? I'm just going to close the tutorial window. I'm going to close the plugin window. Okay, I've got Maya open here. I'm just going to use Maya to export my OBJ as an FBX. Okay. So I want to change my textures on this guy. I've double-clicked on him. It's opening the editor, whatever that means. Okay. I just want... Okay. So it's opened in an editor. I think it's showing me my material here. So I think here I get to pick... I get to... Okay. Here I get to pick the base color. So now I get to pick? Okay, but here's what I want to do. I want to just drag and drop my texture files into this. So I'm gonna put that guy there. Because in Unity, this is a very fast process. You just, in your navigator, in your project, you drag and drop your textures. Right now, it's a little slow for me. So I am editing body. This is body matte. So for the base color, I am going to put, let's see, drag and drop. It says there's a stop sign there. Okay, there's a check mark. I'm going to drop it in there. So what do I do? I grab this node. I grab this RGB, put it into base color. Okay, that makes sense. I have my metallic map, but I already know this isn't going to look right. This is going to look too shiny because this is set up for Unity in a way where I can adjust it later on. Oh no. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. Because this has metallic, specular, and roughness, and I need to put I don't know what to do here. I'm going to say RGBA. No, I'm going to say A for the specular, and I'm going to say RGB for the metallic. Let's see. Wow, this is a lot of work compared to Unity. Okay, I'm going to put my normal. This is. I'm just feeling rough here. I'm sure there's a tutorial. I don't like that I have to manually do all this. I have to pick a node and drag and drop. It's not something that I'm enjoying right now. I'm just realizing, like in Unity, I have detail maps that loop that tile for my characters. I don't have my occlusion map for my body here, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this. And there's a tutorial thing that's beeping. I'm going to say yes. Right now, I'm not enjoying this process. This is significantly slower than working in Unity, but that's life, man. You just gotta see. It's in Unity. I have a workflow and a setup to get my characters looking quite lifelike and whatnot. And that was a huge amount of work. Okay, let's go ahead and click on. I'm just feeling rough about that. I'm going to click on top matte. I just want to edit these. I just want to edit them and. Oh, okay. I got to get used to it. Here we go. All right, I'm assuming. Oops. Okay, I'm assuming because now I just want to create the material. I want to. Here's my issue here. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not, on Unity's payroll or I'm not on Unreal's payroll. I'm not trying to punch on anyone. This is a little frustrating for me. I just want a material to be in there. I want to click on the material. I want to drag and drop my texture files, and then I want to drag and drop the material onto the geometry, the mesh. And I'm a little irritated that I have to use this little thing, like it's forcing me to use that. I'm just a little irritated. It's so different from how I'm accustomed to doing it, but I think I'll get used to it. So I'm going to, can I hold shift and select multiple things? I can. See, I can't change the name of that. I want to change the name of that. I don't like that. Let's go ahead and drag and drop. Okay, so I have my normal. Where's my occlusion map? I don't see my ambient occlusion for that. Why didn't it import my ambient occlusion? I don't use this one. Oh, that's like an alternate one. Okay. I'll get used to it. We all need to grow and change at some point in our lives, and this is my opportunity to grow and change. Okay, let's put that in the normal map. This might see it says texture sample, but I'm just gonna put that on metallic and specular. And my ambient occlusion map is not. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's here. Unity puts them in a different order, so that's what I'm accustomed to. Am I supposed to use... Okay, do I have ambient occlusion here? Okay, great. All right. So let's go ahead and... I want to... So how do I customize, like... how do I customize the aspects of it? Unity has sliders, and you can just adjust how shiny it is, and it's on the spot. Okay, so... Just my first impressions, right off the bat, I don't like this. Right off the bat, it's not as exposed and easy to make quick changes as Unity. I strongly prefer Unity's way of doing the materials here. Okay, see, because it wouldn't let me pick the geometry, I had no idea what the heck is element 7. What is that going to? It didn't go to the waistcoat, it went to the arms. And because it's like strong-arming me and brute forcing me into using that, it's not letting me just select things and change. So that's something that I hate. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say I hate saying this, but it's like I'm frustrated that it's not more clear, and it doesn't let me have the kind of control that I can do this. So I'm going to see if I can just switch. So, okay, waistcoat here. I'm going to... Okay. I'll... You know... And I know that there's going to be many people that are in the exact same position as me that find this frustrating. This is very... Honestly, this is very irritating. Because now I have to do this. I have to drag and drop, and then I have to keep moving these things around, which is, it's pretty irritating that I have to keep moving these things around. Whereas in Unity, you don't have to do that. You just put it into the spot for the value. Okay. And I'm not making this video to say, oh, look how much better Unreal is. And Unity isn't very good, and Unreal is so great. You know, that's not why I'm creating this video. I want to be honest, and I want to share this experience with people, especially developers who are in the same position as me, who need to move to different engines. So that doesn't look right at all. That's extremely dark. Why does it look like that? That's not how it should look. I've done something wrong with the metallic map, and I'm very alpha for specular. That isn't... It's closer, but it's I think it's reversed. What I will do... Oh no, I can't do that here, can I? Okay, so the values are reversed between... see, like the zipper isn't as shiny, and... I'm just gonna try and... I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. No, the zipper is shinier than the rest of the... I'll get used to it. I will get used to it. This is going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. I'm just going to delete those. I'm going to select my top. This is going to work out. Everything will be fine, okay? You just got to get used to the workflow. You drag and drop them in there, okay? I'm using middle click to move, but that's not how it works. You use the right click to move here. That's kind of a workflow that is a little different, that I'm going to have to get used to. Okay, we have our base color. We have our normal map. It's not a big deal. I can get used to it. I can do it. Okay, ambient occlusion. Then we have our... Okay, this is the metallic map, right? So we have RGB. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe that's supposed to be specular. And then maybe A is metallic. Honestly, I do not know what I am doing in Unreal. That looks correct. That's correct. Okay, so the RGB goes to specular and the alpha goes to metallic, because now I'm looking at that. That's correct. So I will go back to my other... So I save that. I'm going to close this fella. And my arms... My arms should be correct now, right? Oh, I gotta get used to navigating that. That looks correct-ish. This is... Use the up, down, left, right. Okay, that's pretty close, I think. Okay. I'll go ahead and fix that. Please, I just want to click on my geometry. If I click on the hair, what happens? Double click on the hair. No. Double click on the body. Maybe there's a way to do it, and I just don't know. I'll double click on that there. So I'll go to my metallic map, right click to navigate. The RGB has to go to specular, and the alpha goes to metallic. Oh, okay. That's zooming in and out. That looks more correct. I'm going to hit the save button. And I'm sure in the long run, this is a better system because there are more options. But if you just need to quickly set up your materials, it's rough. Okay, so that looks very wrong. That looks so wrong. It's just how it's going to be. This is taking me a frustrating amount of time just to get materials on my characters, and I have dozens of Silver Falls characters that I'm going to have to figure out a decent workflow for. I got to scroll through my list. I click on body mat. I'm going to double click on that. Okay. So, okay. Belts. Belt. Okay, so I'm not a content creator. I don't set out to make YouTube videos. I don't do reactions. I don't have a persona or a character for the internet. So I'm not trying to be entertaining here. I'm not trying to exaggerate any kind of reaction because I want engagement and clicks. I just want to share my personal experience with this, my honest feelings towards this. This is the most frustrated I've been in a while. I'm just feeling I'm feeling kind of powerless right now, honestly, because everything I know about sort of setting up these assets doesn't mean anything in this situation. Like, that's not entirely true. That's not like because of working in Unity, I understand what these are. Like, I understand what ambient occlusion is. I know what a normal map is. I know what a specular map is, and that's because I've worked in Unity. So it's unfair to say that, oh, my knowledge from working in Unity doesn't apply here. It does. It does, because I know what I need to do in order to get the renderer to display my graphics correctly. Okay, so I'm looking for my shoes. Where are my shoes? My belt, a chest, shoes. Here we go. Can I view these? Because it's making it hard to read my file names. I just want to read them sideways, you know. Okay, so it's okay. So it's a fair bit of extra clicking, but it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, okay, it is irritating, but having said that, I understand that there's way more that you can do with this system. You're going to have way more control long term. So you have a short term time investment here, and that is it's irritating. It's irritating. The short term time investment is higher, but the long term payoff will be greater. I can see that because there's so much more you can do here. You can have all this control with nodes. So Unity's solution is faster but weaker. But do you even need that? Because this costs you time that you may not be getting a payoff. I can see in the long term, I will be getting a payoff because now I see that, okay, I'll have more control, there's more that I can do. So I will be taking advantage of this. I'll be learning this and I'll be using it to its fullest. So I will get a payoff. But I know that there are many people that won't need all of this. And those people will be paying that upfront time investment, and they're not necessarily going to get a payoff from it. Okay, so this doesn't, it doesn't look the way that I want it to, per se. I gotta do my eyelashes because I don't like it. I just don't like this setup here. Like, let's see what the hair renderer looks like. I don't know what the hair renderer is going to look like here. Let's see, because I'm sure there's something special you do. What is this? What are these things on the side? What if I click on hair? What if I did that? Hair. Hair attributes. Hair color. What is that? What is that? I'm gonna drag and drop that in there and see what happens. What is this? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It looks like it would be very useful if there's a built-in hair solution. That would be great. What about skin? What if I type in skin? What about that? Nope. That doesn't seem like anything useful to me. I want to know how to make human skin look good in Unreal. I want to know. Oh, so this isn't going to turn out the way I want it to, because with Silver Falls I built a character framework in Unity, and my characters rely on the character framework, and they share resources, so this is not going to turn out the way that I want it to. What if I go RGBA there? Yeah, I'm not even going to have normal information on that because it relies on my character framework in Unity. So we're just gonna, that's how it's gonna be for now. That's not gonna look great, but it's, ooh, this looks so rough right now because I do not know. Oh, actually, I'm sort of looking at the skin render and it's like, that looks pretty good, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna walk that back real quick. Skin renderer looks decent, and it's like, you know, it's not even set up correctly, but it looks decent. So what am I gonna do about my eyelashes here? See, it's not. I don't see what I'm supposed to do about my eyelashes. I want to. My cuffs. Okay, I'll just get my cuffs in there. Okay. Let's see. Drag them, drop. Okay. Okay. This is. I want this. This is taking so much time just to do a basic setup. Right click to move. Okay. I bet there are Unreal users out there who are watching me do this the slowest and most wrong way possible, and I bet those people are shouting at me right now. Do you have a game that you're really good at, that you know, Street Fighter or Smash Bros, like, you know the ins and out of that game, and you're just so good, you play at this competitive level, and then you watch a beginner just like play your game, and you're watching this beginner, they're not even, you know, shielding, they're not even like crouching, they're not even jumping. If you've ever watched someone, you know, new to Smash Bros, and they don't even double jump, they don't use their up B to get back onto the stage, and it's frustrating. You think, come on, just get closer to the stage, use your up B, and then you'll get on the ledge. I assume right now that's what it looks like. It looks like I have no idea how to use up B to get back to the stage in Smash Bros, and I'm just certain that people are watching just so frustrated with how wrong I'm using Unreal, because this is my first time opening the program. I don't know anything about this. Okay, you know what? After this, I'm going to go right to my monster now. So let's go ahead and go to... okay, that's my ambient occlusion. Oh boy. Okay, normal. Here we go. Okay, is it... Why does that... What have I done? Oh, there we go. My base color is not quite right. This... Okay, that's something. I just want my character to be a dude already. Something's wrong here. Okay, so that went to the wrong mesh. this is a problem that I see is going to be an issue for me. That went down there when I thought it was going to go up there. Can I right click rename? No, this is going to be very frustrating for me. Okay. I want to click on the mesh. I don't see... Like, Unity will let me open the hierarchy, it will let me click on the mesh. And I'm a little frustrated right now. I'm going to hit play and I'm just going to see what happens here. Okay, I think I'm broken. Okay. Full disclosure, I didn't know that was going to happen. All right, so I've done something. Okay, so the player character is now broken. He's not animated for some reason. And then my dude, the character that I brought in, automatically ragdolled. So I did not expect that. I bet Unreal users are laughing at me for not knowing that. I did not know that would happen. What does that mean? What are all these things? What does that mean? Pilot? There's a picture of an airplane, and it says Pilot Atticus Longdraw. What does that mean? I can convert him to a static mesh so he won't ragdoll. Transform pivot. And why did my guy... So my main dude, my player character is now broken because he's not animating. Third-person character. So how come he's not animating anymore? What if I click on Pilot? What does that mean? What if I hit play? Will he animate? I've broken my guy. Okay. So it was funny at first, but now I'm really frustrated because I didn't do anything. I didn't touch any logic, and now this guy isn't animating. This guy's broken. So is it because by default, if you don't have anything in there, Unity will just... not Unity. Unreal will just animate that by default? But I don't understand why he's no longer animating. The camera's still following him. I didn't... So far as I understand, I didn't click on anything. So, so far I'm having a pretty difficult experience. I thought it was gonna be a situation where things make sense visually, and I can pretty easily just figure it out. But honestly, there's so many things that I don't understand. That I know that you should go and look up a tutorial, but there are things that are happening where I feel like they happened without me even doing anything. I'm sure if I right-clicked on him and went to static mesh, he wouldn't ragdoll. But I think it's funny. I want to give him... How do I... One of my goals was to animate a human model, but I don't... In Unity, you go to the inspector, and it's this and that, whatnot. So animation mode, use animation blueprint. Okay, I'm sort of following my own logic here, and I said, oh, in Unity, you go to the inspector. So I'm looking at the details here. This is not the inspector, even though it's the equivalent called details. It says animation, use animation blueprint. You can either use animation asset or the custom mode. I'm going to click on my player dude and see what it says. It says use animation blueprint and third person anim BP. But is this broken now? Is that broken? Because he's not animating. So what if I click on Atticus and I select that? Third person and MVP. Oh no! Atticus, no! Atticus! Oh no! Oh no! Atticus, no! My friend! Oh! Atticus, what have they done to you? My child! My sweet child! And this guy won't get his butt out of my face. Okay, I don't understand what's happening right now. A lot is going on. Okay, so this guy's hanging on to the camera, and he's moving with me now. So please stop. So he's staying attached, and I don't know how to make that not do that now. So this is another thing. I don't know what's happened, but he's staying there, and I want him to stop doing that. Whew. Okay, I'm going to hit play, and Atticus still isn't animating. So there's obviously more setup that needs to be done with the skeletal system. I'm going to look at the mesh here. So much is broken, and I feel like I didn't do anything. Clothing. Oh, I like that. Oh, there's built-in solution for clothing. So there must be a clothing simulation. That's great. This disable clothing sim. Cool. Ooh, okay. What if I do this? I'm going to disable clothing simulation. I'm going to disable rigid body. I'm going to hit play and see what happens. Okay, nope, still doing it. Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Let's just get a monster in here at least. My other maps have not shown up. So that means... What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. So I have... Ooh, this is a small fellow here. What about his import settings? Can I change the import settings? And his albedo map and his normal map haven't shown up here. I just want to change import settings. I'm trying to... How do I change the import settings? His scale is wrong here. In Unity, the import settings are quite easy to get to. There, you click on it, the import settings show up. But this is details for him. If we hold on, let's delete that. We'll just click on the model. I'll just scale him up manually. Okay. Pressing W switches the tool to... what happened here? It latched... I don't want that. Please stop. Please stop. This is very... Okay, this is very frustrating because I'm zooming in and out and I don't want what's happening right now. I don't want that. And I'm close to deleting this now. So this is getting... I'm honestly very frustrated right now because I'm going to move this and that guy's going to stick with me. Can I just hide this guy? Can I click on that? Okay. He's still going to... Okay. He's still doing it. Okay. So I don't... Okay, so Atticus's neck is broken. What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? Why does it look like that? Oh, I didn't reduce the poly count on this guy ahead of time, so his poly count's way too high. Okay, so if I click on him... what's the deal here? So it's... Okay. I have my material. So you can select from your massive list of materials that already exist. Okay. But here's the thing. I have them in there. I have that. They are in there. But they're PNGs. Is it because it wants it to be perfectly squares? Pardon me. Is that it? No, that would be awful. I don't want that. It's all open Photoshop. Okay, so we have the specular map. Oh boy. This is going to be a rough journey. So I can tell that there's a higher short-term investment when it comes to Unreal. When it comes to setup, there's more time investment, but you have more power. But you need to learn how to wield that power. I'm gonna reduce see, I have my albedo and my normal maps, but they're not square. They're sort of rectangular. They're 4096 by 2048. And I have a feeling Unreal doesn't like that, which is going to suck because that's going to crunch the detail on a number of my things here. So let's go ahead and just... Okay, we're going to make these square. Hello? Photoshop? Oop. Let's just try this. Sharper. Cool. I could make it bigger, but I don't really want a 4096 by 4096. So we'll shrink that down, and I have a feeling maybe now Unreal will let me bring that in. Is it going to work? No, please tell me that's not how it is. Oh, no. Ah. Okay. Not a YouTuber. I'm not giving a funny reaction. Oh. I don't want it to be 4096 by 4096. So this is a workflow issue. It's not an Unreal problem. It's a workflow issue. But this is something that Unity can do non-square textures. I'm going to see if there's a way. Maybe there is a solution for Unreal to do non-square textures. It's going to be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out. Okay. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out. Okay. And I don't want to seem negative here. I don't want to make it seem like one engine is better than the other in terms of the core product. That's not what I want to do. But can I just reduce... I want to dial down the shininess. Can I just do that? Can I just dial down how shiny it is? I just want to dial it down. And I bet it's like you put a node, you put this through a node, and then you stick the node in there. And that, if it's that way, I don't like it. Because in Unity, there are sliders, and you adjust the slider values. I would like there to be slider values. Okay, I have a creature in here. I have a creature. Okay. Okay. This is going to take time. I'm going to enable this guy, and he's going to be like a little follower again. I don't know how to make that stop. I'm pressing enter. I'll press escape. I don't know how to... That's annoying. The fact that I'm pushing buttons frantically and it isn't stopping is not good. And I swear I'm not a Unity agent trying to make Unreal look bad. I really want to use Unreal. What the heck? Can I... What if I run it? What if I run it and then like exit and it goes back to normal? Okay. Okay, I don't understand why this is happening now. Why is that happening? Lighting needs to be rebuilt. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of there. Is it still going to do it? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. I think that's going to be it. I think this is... anyway, this has been a long video, and I don't know. I hope this has been informational to you. Here's the thing. Here's my prognosis on this. Unreal does a lot for you, but it does it in a way where it takes control away from you. Unity does less for you. Unity does way less for you, but it also doesn't get in your way. And I'm seeing the difference here, is Unity doesn't really help you all that much, but it doesn't get in your way. Unreal does a ton to help you. I can see that. Unreal's so powerful, there's so much stuff to help you, but it's getting in my way. The design of Unreal's really getting in my way. But I can tell it's more powerful, and it's going to take significant time investment to learn how to use this, because this is not a problem I had learning any other engine so far. Like Unity, I never had this where the actual interface was getting in my way. I can't make this stop. I don't know what this is. I don't know why it's doing that. And I don't believe I've clicked on anything to cause that. Why is it doing that? I'm sure it makes sense when you understand it, but it's getting in my way. The way that I have to set up all the materials is getting in my way. I've pushed every button on the keyboard, and this hasn't stopped. I pushed everything on the keyboard. Nothing has stopped. What is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? A network player start. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, neat. So there's like a built-in, good solution for network play. Great. And it compared to Unity, it's probably not an experimental package that only half works, and you have to do majority of the work yourself. I can see the collisions. I think these are, I don't know, is that collisions or is it just wireframe? Those appear to be collisions. Yeah, it's set up collision meshes. It's showing you that. That's great. This is great. It's doing a lot for you. And I think that's good, but you have to know with Unreal how to take your hands off the wheel and let the engine do what it wants to do. And I think that's where I'm personally having a problem. So for other people that are moving to Unity, to Unreal, I'm hoping this video helps you on your journey. And you're just going to have to take your hands off the wheel and let Unreal do the work. Okay. I hope this was useful to you. Take care, everyone. I think I'm going to just do a live stream while I try and figure this out. Okay. Take care.